Alright, I'm going to try to do a mini tour of what we got here. This is the road we're on. It's just a road with no houses or anything. I think our property goes about 50 feet that way, and then down this road 500 or 550 feet down that way. And it's very muddy. The only thing we've got proper built so far is the culvert install, which basically gives enough room to park off of the main highway or main road, and then the rest is pretty much mud right now. So initially when I tried to drive the camper in, I got somewhere around here and got pretty stuck, and I made it up a little bit farther, and it's pretty much sat there on a slant for 4 or 5 months until we came back with better tools. So when our camper was in this mud pit, we were using this first close rock as our hangout fire pit area. There's plenty of dead standing wood around here, so I've been slowly dragging it over here. But this is Canadian Shield rock poking out, and it goes down that way almost the entire width of the land. It opens up a little more there. There's some wider spots, and that's how far the camper got so far. I think the guy that owned this property originally, he just kind of made this logging road, and I see a lot of big stumps back there, so he probably just made this road to get the big timber out and sell it and then flip the land. But there's still plenty of trees, so it's not like it's been clear cut or anything. Ramp up to the camper for now so we don't have to step in the mud. And this is how bad everything sinks. And so far everything else is just outhouse I built. And here's how far we got with the double line pull. I put the pulley there, and then on each side, right there and there, I've got the saw there. I'm just in the middle of another pull. So we've been basically leapfrogging each side up and up a little more and up a little more, and then pulling it. But it's been going pretty good. I think we're past the worst of it. There's one more big puddle coming up, but that big pile of mess back there was the worst of it. I didn't think it was going to pull. It was struggling with single line pull, but then we set it up with the pulley, and it had plenty of power. Even with my saw, it's not the biggest. And apparently you can even pull more if you get the 7 horsepower saw. So that's the only building I built so far. I got the tip from somewhere to put that clear roofing material on top so it's never dark inside. And that's worked out real nice. And all right, I'll just walk down to the other side of the rock here. Yeah, this is what I'm worried about. That's really deep there. Very muddy. Most of the snow's melting into the clay and making it extra hard to walk. It's a kind of mud where you get your boot stuck in it. It's hard to get unstuck. But once we get the camper situated, I think we're going to pull it up to about here and then try to get it to that spot so it's off this main path. The first First time my sister-in-law and her husband came, they actually drove in their SUV almost all the way down here and got really stuck. And that's part of the materials they were hauling at the time for shed building. So they'll probably be there until we can get their camper on the land too. And I notice as I'm walking, there's a lot of dead standing trees. So I can probably cut a bunch down, haul them out here, buck them up, and then make a nice firewood pile. And I'm thinking now that we're getting the camper further this way, it makes sense to make a fire pit on this larger rock area and make a big stack of firewood down here. Oh yeah, this stuff is nasty. The rock up here at least is nice and clear. There's some good spots. I want to put a little cabin in this summer for winter use. We spent a couple nights in the camper over the winter, and you get a lot of condensation, and it feels like I'm going to ruin it with condensation. So I'd like to have a nice wood heat set up in a little cabin. There's some of the bigger trees, and you can see they just pretty much bulldozed all the brush in one massive pile here. So we're going to be a lot of cleanup. I'm going to have a big bonfire and get rid of all this stuff. We got a fire ring for setting up a fire here later. I started making a path this way to try to get down to the water, but it's a long way here yet. So I'll just walk a little on this exposed rock. And some of the low-lying areas here are pretty wet, so building up here really just seems like a smart idea. So this is Canadian Shield rock again. It goes the entire width of the property, so I think that's 600 feet. But it's large, it opens up into a few spots. It gets really big. Yeah, it keeps going that way for quite a ways. There's another big clearing over there. And this is what I thought was nice. If I could build a little shack up here and then make a little deck, you can see the lake from here. So there's room for a small shack up here. And then way through that brush is the lake. So we made it down there once, and it's very dense to get through there, but that'll be the next plan after we do the main securing of the area. But yeah, if I can get something built up here with a nice little view, I'll be pretty happy with that. But oh, just for scale, that's still about 400 feet, I think, to the water from here. If you're familiar with the northern rocky look, this is very, very iconic of the Canadian Shield. Yeah, I gotta find where the border is there. I don't know if the neighbor put put up markers, but it does go for a bit longer. All right, that's probably enough of me rambling. I'll make some better content once I've got something better to show. All right, cheers.